We decided one daily segment wasn't enough for Bill Bush and Bill's Thrills, so we turned it into a week-long podcast recap. Here's Bill's Thrills Rewrapped, sponsored by Acres Equipment on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is Bill's Thrills Football Facts.
This will be interesting to you, Steve. Okay? Football. What's America? America. I want to play football, and I want to pay myself. I want to walk on. That's America, right?
America.
Let's talk about the cap. Let's talk about the potential cap here.
Cap.
The damn cap like that. Also on this one, though, this is something, because I'm a believer in America. I want to play. I want to pay my own way.
Okay.
But let's just talk about the cap and how it can create better ball.
Ooh.
Let's just say the number is at 110.
Hold on, this is a potential column. Talk slow.
Let's just say this is like this. I have 2 more radio shows today I need to do. There can be 100, say you go up 25, you go up 110 on your team, but they're all on scholarship. They're all on scholarship. So think how it sets things up at different positions. So forever, there's been times here at Nebraska, when I first got to Nebraska, I'm like, okay, who's your scholarship kicker? We don't even have one. We just got walk-ons. Well, not just, but they're walk-ons, okay? Think of this now. You can have 2 kickers, 2 punters, and 2 long snappers, 2 years apart. You have some of the different ages. And guess what it does? If there's an injury, if something happens, now you have the availability to be able to take those players. You're going to have better depth.
You have a bigger roster.
Across your roster. But when you go talk to them, it's not like, hey, can your parents come up with, $100,000 for you to walk on? Like that. No, we can pay for you. It's a scholarship offer. So when you go in to talk to them, it changes things so much. Also allows this one. Think how many times there's been like, we really want to take the guy from here in state. He's a 6'1" offensive lineman. He's probably going to take the Wyoming scholarship, or he's going to go to North Dakota State, or he's going to do this. We're probably not going to go on him. Probably should, but we're not going to go on him. Now you go on him, because now you can offer him a scholarship. You're going to be at 110. It also helps your local recruiting, your in-state recruiting, and your 250-mile radius recruiting so much more to build your roster up to make the difference. Here's the next thing. Practice. Okay, so you always have the good on good. You always had that. Coach Osborne was really big on it. You always have your section of good on good, whether it be the at LSU, and obviously Mickey did it here, whether it be inside run, a team section like that. Now think about this. Then you break off. Everyone's on scholarship. So when you're playing every day in practice, the other side is all scholarship players. That has a chance to also increase what your team looks like. So it's not an incredible negative that all of a sudden you're going to the 110. The America part of it, yes, I get that. But all of a sudden you're at this 110 and they can all have scholarship numbers. It allows you so many things to happen. I'll give you an example. Rowdy Bauer. We know that we know the Bauer family.
We do.
So he's an incredible walk-on from Norfolk. Wins the long jump this year at state. I was there to watch him win. It was incredible. His film is really, really good. So what would you do with him now? He'd be on scholarship. When he comes on, he'll end up earning a scholarship here because he's that good of a player. But my point is now he'll be on scholarship. So there is, so Steve, the number used to be about 1 out of 10. You can say 1 out of 8. So 1 out of 10 walk-ons, just say it's whatever, would be a scholarship person. You go, okay, if you bring 10 and bring 8-ish like that, hey, that's a scholarship player. That's about the numbers of what it panned out to be.
One would eventually get a scholarship.
Eventually get a scholarship. He's good to be a scholarship player.
Like Mac Ovica.
Yeah, exactly. Oh wow, that's a great player. Scholarship him. So what would that be right now? So if you have, if you're at 125 guys on your team, that means you're going to have about 5 to 6 scholarship walk-ons out of your walk-on crew. Now you're adding 25 scholarship players out of your what you're adding to your team, and so
stay with you here.
And so
interesting.
I think there's a lot of.
So you think it'll be 110? Is that what you're saying?
No, I have no idea. I'm not. I would imagine somewhere
about like that.
I didn't. Coach Rule say he was hoping for 120, so I'd imagine somewhere in between. The part of that you have to we say the pushback is it's like what it costs for you to have a scholarship player, right?
Right.
So now their scholarships may go up 25 a year.
Yeah.
Where's that money coming from?
The money's got to come from somewhere.
That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. Where the
dinero.
advantage of being at Nebraska is there'll be some places that don't scholarship. You don't have to scholarship the 110. You don't have to scholarship all of them. You can. So there'll be some places.
You can, but you don't have to. It's very confusing.
So they'll say, hey, no, your cap's your cap. If you want, you can scholarship 80 and keep the other money. Like, now we're not giving that money out. But some places will have the ability to say, now we can really have players backed up, and you don't lose. All of a sudden you look around going like, man, look at that player. I bet he would have been something at Nebraska. He's an in-state kid, wanted to come here, but his parents were like, you know what? I think we're going to take that scholarship.
At South Dakota State.
South Dakota State. We're going to go here. Instead, now you can build them up here.
Gosh.
So I think there's a lot of storyline here where things can be a lot different, because right away everything's just like, well, everything's awful about the cap. And there's parts of it about the America, which I think is wrong. But there's also a lot of things that will add to what Nebraska football and other teams will look like, because Nebraska will be able to scholarship all if the number is 110. I don't think it'll be 120, but there's going to be a cap.
If it's 110, I would think there'd be some kind of grandfather clause that would keep the play. Like, I don't think that a coach like Matt Rule would have to go to 36 players and say, sorry, they just passed this rule, you're out. We just can't keep you. My guess is there'd be some kind of clause early in the process that says, no, I mean, he falls under the grandfather clause. He can stay. I mean, I can't imagine that there would be, Nebraska has 146 players right now, that if they went to a cap in September or whatever they do this of 110, which it could be, that Nebraska's just going to have to say sayonara to 36 players right out of the chute. I doubt that'll be the case.
They'll go down in some. I doubt they're all grandfathered. It
really?
might be like, I would think more like, okay, the number's 110, and maybe, I don't know what that would be.
I would think everybody would be grandfathered in. I don't know. But that's going to be it'd be really hard for a coach.
Yeah.
Any coach, not just Rule.
But there is a cap coming.
There's a cap.
It's not like it's not going to happen.
It's happening.
It's happening. The cap is happening. You hope for a higher number, but you have to remember when they're talking about having to do this, the number of schools that are just the opposite of Nebraska, the Stanfords, the USCs, all these, they want the number at 90.
Lower.
They want it 90, 80. That's what they operate at. Mm-hmm. They have, Stanford will have 4 walk-ons. Yeah. Or 3 walk-ons. That's it. And so they want the number low.
What about LSU?
Our numbers were probably in the 110 area. It wasn't huge because there was 5 Division I schools in the state.
So it wouldn't affect LSU.
And then they had a whole FCS conference in the state.
Would it not affect LSU much?
Not as much. It would not affect LSU as much. So they're not LSU. If you tell them thinking about going to 110, they're like going, sounds good. Yep, sounds good. So and the Alabama, no one's really pushing back on this. There's not pushback on it. There isn't.
Someone says in the text line, Retro says, wouldn't that just lead teams like Bama to stockpile essentially?
Well, yeah, but every team has the same option.
Right.
So what I'm saying is there's going to be a cap, and you can scholarship them all. You guys,
cap.
Steve, you talked about it. Ross Dellinger's written about it numerous times. Is that the deal's like, no, you can scholarship everyone within your cap, and so a lot of people get a benefit out of this. There's a lot of people. There's a lot of really good walk-ons at Nebraska right now are pulling for the cap.
Mm-hmm. How does it affect a place like Bowling Green?
I would imagine same thing. They'll probably be like, well, we'll just stay at 85 scholarships, and then we'll have some walk-ons because you can have walk-ons still. Mm-hmm. You can still have them. It's just going to be capped, and so that's where the difference is.
110's that's an okay number to me.
I would imagine that's where it's going to fall. I would think so. There's been talk of between 90 and 100, somewhere in that 95 range. You'd hope it'd be, I would imagine, or it might be, Steve, if they want to get to 95, that it'll go 110 to 105
then
to 100. I doubt they'll go at it.
Stagger
it down to say, hey, our number, just, in 2 years or 3 years, we're going to go down to it at that level.
Yeah, we'll have to keep talking about this stuff.
But could be an article. Start writing.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Bill, Tuesdays are Sip's favorite day of the week for this Bugaboo Tuesday. Things that bother Bill.
Something's bothering me. It's about judgment. People making judgments on others.
Ooh,
that bothers me. That bothers me.
That's a good flip.
Things that bother me. Society's discomfort with the donut people. Society's discomfort with the donut people. It bothers me. I've heard it 100 times. I've heard it recently in a passing of things like that. Hey, it bothers me. Hey, look at that clown driving on the emergency donut tire.
Oh, a donut tire.
Oh, yeah, the donut tire. Yeah. I love them. I absolutely love them. Trying to get through the day. When they made the decision, Right here. This is tire number 4 until things get better. This is the tire I choose. It's meant to go 50 miles. I'm going to go about 7,000 on it. I'm going to whip around town in my Cobalt with the donut tire on. But when you drive by, you judge someone immediately on that tire. You know they're not just limping in from the interstate. It's like they drive by. It's like, nope, they've been driving that for about 3 weeks. And it's like nope, not
on a donut for 3 weeks.
What's that? Oh yeah, it happens. Oh, they drive on the donut for a long time. You see it. They're donut people.
It's embarrassing when you have a donut on.
No, it's not. You're the problem. See, you're the problem. It's not. You're good people. You're good people. You're just trying to get by. They're just trying to get by. They're just trying to get by. See, don't do that. Ben would be one of those guys. I can see Ben doing, look at that guy. That donut. You know what? Maybe he's got tough. Maybe he's just trying to get to work.
What if I had a donut on my truck for 3 weeks? You guys would say something.
No, I wouldn't. I'd support you.
Simple.
Never change that.
The donut.
I'd support you.
You need help?
I'd support you. I told you right here. It bothers me. Society's discomfort with the donut people.
It's discomforting.
Yes. Respect them. They're trying to get through the day.
You don't want to wake up and walk outside, look at your car, and see a donut on there. You don't.
You don't, but you know what? Don't get down on them. Don't get down on those people.
That's a bad day for you, though. I got to get that donut off.
Don't get down on them.
Like an idiot.
Just don't judge. Yeah, if you want to get yours off, yeah, you might. You know what? They feel like idiots too. But you know what? They're just trying to get to work. They're just trying to get to Lincoln Industries. That's what they're trying to do.
No, that's a good point.
Yeah.
It's a stopgap.
Yeah,
stopgap.
And sometimes this happens more than you think. Where it's like, okay, I blew a tire out, I put the donut on, I'm going to drive 20 miles to get it fixed. They'll wheel around that baby for a couple of weeks.
Here's the question on donut, and this is the thing that you always wonder about. You can't take that donut out on the interstate and go 80. You can only go I think you want to go
50 miles an hour or something like that. Yeah, but you get through that.
Heavy rotation.
Yeah. Well, it's a lot smaller than the other tires. That can't be good. It just can't be good. I'm just gonna say right now, I know nothing about vehicles, but if you have 3 tires one size and one the other, I think you start just driving in circles, don't you?
That's why Bill says don't get rid of it. I love the optics of it.
I love it. If I see a donut, when you see a donut person, you give them the thumbs up. You give them.
You keep doing you, man.
You're all right.
It's
gonna get better. You're gonna get that donut off. Build them up. Build people up, Steve.
No, you're right.
That's right. What's the text line?
We get a lot of response in this one from the text line. By the way, YouTube first. We get to YouTube. Steven says nothing like seeing a donut passing you going 80 on the interstate.
Got a donut.
You guys got a donut on. Anytime you see a donut guy, you notice it now. You don't just and you don't let it go real easily. You go, look at that guy.
Good God.
Let's see. Jason at AAA says, I work here at AAA. I see it all the time, the flat tire with no spare because they drove on a donut until it was flat.
Yeah, it happens all the time.
AAA. We got a guy from AAA.
How about that?
Jason.
Is there any other questions you have for him?
Yeah, where's your office at? That's incredible. AAA's calling in.
That is cool.
Yeah, get that for your daughter if you have a daughter too. Get AAA for him.
John says it's funny to see a Jeep with 3 big tires and 1 little donut tire.
It happens. It happens all. You'll see one today sometime probably.
So you're saying don't judge people on
Just
that.
don't judge them. Yeah. Hey, they got a lot going on.
Yeah.
If they're still driving with the donut on 2 weeks later, their life is really jacked up. They are. It's like, because that'd be the first thing I would think of is like, if I have that, like, hey, tomorrow morning immediately, I'm getting the donut off.
Right.
So if you don't get it off, you got a lot of stuff going on.
Like 3 days with the donut's a little much.
It's a lot.
Yeah, if you bleed into 2 weeks.
Jake and Hickman says, dang, Bill, this is hitting close to home. I definitely do a lot of judging with the donut people.
You do. You see them and you judge. Now we're better.
Don't judge it.
Don't judge them.
There's a lot going on in this world.
There's a lot going on. Anything else, Jake?
Someone says, don't forget the max speed is about 35 miles per hour. And then these people are doing 80 in them also. That's the real problem.
Now, hold on. 35 seems light.
I think 50 could get out of it. I'm not
sure. I think you can get to 50. But think about 50 on the interstate's really slow.
That is.
It's really embarrassing.
You're just trying to get to the next exit. Hope for the best.
That's it.
That's it. Next exit.
Get to Cubbies.
Someone says, this is Noah from Lincoln. A donut guy just drove by where I'm at right now.
See?
He just saw a donut right now where he's at. Somewhere in Lincoln.
Donut people. Society's discomfort with donut people.
We do have a reference to a previous Bill Strills before we get out of here. Okay. This is from WIB on the text line. It says, tell Bill I stopped at a lemonade stand by a couple guys, and then right next to them, their younger sister opened up a shaved ice stand. Paid them both. Boom.
Thank you.
Lemonade stand, shaved ice.
Well, this is going to
paid both.
This is going to come in handy. This is what he just talked about is going to be. There's some things going on up at the bank up in Creighton today. So that's incredible.
Stay tuned.
So keep a 20 in your wall. I need to do that.
Yeah, at all times.
Keep some cash.
Just have some cash, some fives, some ones and stuff, and then sometimes you can ask them to lemonade. Hey, run it inside and
get your dad out here.
Yeah, maybe he has change.
A lot of Katrinka weighs in. Patrinka. A lot of racetrack people used to have 4 donut tires. LOL. That's good.
See? And Fauner Park.
Oh, by the way, Alabama from yesterday, the band.
Yeah.
Patrinka has seen Alabama 4 times.
Tennessee River, yesterday's song of the day.
Thank you very much. Today's
Good job,
song was
Bill.
incredible.
That was fun.
Back to more of Bill's Thrills Rewrapped. Sponsored by Acres Equipment on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We know that yesterday's sip was a Bugaboo Tuesday, and Wednesday is generally Them's Fighting Words Wednesday.
Very similar. I like it.
Yeah. It's good, though.
Some are similar to fighting words. I hope there's not pushback, but I thought I'd go back in time.
I'm
Thought
stunned.
I'd go back in time.
I'm
Ben.
shocked.
I was hoping you would.
Thought we'd go back in time. This is something that will resonate with Steve, I believe. Well, not with Ben whatsoever. Jake might have. No, not with Jake either.
No, let's see.
Them's fighting words.
Oh, boy.
If you voice your opinion, if you think stuffing yourself or someone else in the trunk of a car to avoid paying admission is stupid, I'll fight you.
Wow.
If you think stuffing yourself or someone else in the trunk of a car to avoid paying admission is stupid, I'll fight you. Because that was standard issue. When you're going to wherever it's standard issue. If you're going to the Dude Ranch Drive-In Theater in Wayne, Nebraska, 2 of you are going in the trunk. 2 are going in the trunk.
Sure.
2 for sure, maybe 3. It's always like, don't
Save
say
a lot
word.
of money.
Don't say a word. Right. Be quiet. You turn the radio up a little bit. Yeah, I just got 3 of us in here.
Just 3.
Just
Trust
3.
me in that one.
Trust me, that's it. If you've never, sometimes at dances, if there was an outdoor, there'd be dances in fields at times, like out in the country, and you paid as you went in.
Yeah.
So when you went through the gate,
Yep.
if you went to, so let's Street Legal be playing out, they'd be set up in some whatever pasture or whatever it would be, something outside. You paid at the gate.
Right.
There's no place to pay. There's no admission deal. So as you drove in, that's where you pay. What do you got? We got 6 in here. All right, $5 a head. Here we go. Like that. But when you saw the line coming, you saw them in line, like, get in the trunk. Get in the trunk. You two get in the trunk. So if you haven't stuffed, if you haven't stuffed yourself in a trunk, or you haven't stuffed somebody else, and you disagree with it, it's not safe.
Come on.
Yeah, I'll fight you.
Very, very innocent.
Where'd you do it? Where was it at?
Very innocent. Humphrey dance.
Humphrey dance.
A couple guys went in.
Yeah.
There's probably other instances. I never went in.
Really?
Well, I was from a rich family.
I had money. My dad, here, take an extra 5. Don't get in the trunk. It's dangerous.
No, Bill's right, though. It was common practice.
And also, it's always kind of fun at the end like that. Hey, let us out.
Nope.
No, seriously. I'm going to kick your ass if you let me out of here.
You hear the pounding on the trunk.
Pounding on the trunk. Oh, if you've never been in the car with somebody in the trunk.
No.
What was the longest amount of time they were in the trunk for?
You would jack with them for a little bit. You'd let them out, type of thing. I only went in once. That kind of freaked me out a little bit.
Well, if you got claustrophobia.
Yes, it's a bad place to be.
You're in there. It's completely. It's dark now.
Yeah,
it's night and it's
dark
like,
and it's hot.
Dark.
But it was normal
Standard
take.
fare.
And if you thought it was stupid, I'll fight you. Jake, have you ever been in a car?
I've been in a car before, yeah.
You ever been in the trunk of a car?
I have been in the trunk of a car.
Have you?
What were you trying to get into?
Well, we were trying to get back from a night in Sioux City. A long night on the town.
Revelry.
There was no.
You just rode home the trunk for fun.
There's not enough spots for people. We had to have 2 people in the trunk. I went in the trunk for like 10, 15 minutes or so. This is like after college, by the way. It's like 25 years old.
It's like last year.
I was like 27.
Does TP know about this?
Possibly, I don't know. I made it fine. It was okay.
When I was doing this, I was in high school. So
I did. It was like a 26-year-old.
years ago.
Jake was made adult.
A 26-year-old man.
He wasn't trying to get anything cheap. They're out of space.
Probably could have used an Uber if we were smart, but that would have been smart.
Just get in the trunk.
When you're,
Ben, have you been in the trunk of a car? He
said,
one time.
Yeah.
He can fit. Ben is smaller.
Yeah, we get several Bens in there.
You get 6 Bens.
6 Bens in a trunk, yes. And a good anything from the text
We
line,
do have
Jake.
response from the text line on Bill's Thrills, but on them fighting words Wednesday.
Yeah.
Jesse says, "Who thinks it's stupid? I will fight them with you, Bill.
Yeah.
I will fight them with you."
Thank you. 100.
IQ Crew says, "Columbus Drive-In, better times."
Yeah.
Oh, I got stories from there, but I'm not telling them. No, Columbus Drive-In, great drive-in.
It's a way to get in free. It's real simple.
100%, Bill. That's from Brad. 100.
100. Thank you.
David from Renew says, "We did it all the time at the drive-in at 48th and Vine and at 84th and O."
84th and O. I remember that one well. The one on Vine, I don't remember. 84th and O. I remember. Oh yeah, it was it'd be on the northwest corner. In 84th and O, there was a drive-in theater.
Where the Aldi's is at now.
Yeah, exactly. It's right where it was.
Wait a second. Yeah. And there was one on 48th and Vine?
Apparently so.
That one I did.
David.
I don't remember 48th and Vine. Huh. I'll
So
have to go get some pictures.
So there right now there's Plate Against Sports is there, U-Haul's there.
Got a Popeyes in the corner.
Is there, and AutoZone.
You got it.
Yeah.
You nailed the corners.
It.
Well done.
That's right in your wheelhouse.
Well done.
Yeah,
right by Wesleyan.
It's
pretty
a couple
close.
blocks south of Wesleyan. Yeah, you got it.
Shoot down.
Going south. There was a theater there.
A drive-in, apparently.
I'll be darned.
I just hope people still keep up the history of getting in a trunk.
Someone said,
I wonder if they do.
Yeah.
Hit in the trunk to get into Neely Drive-In. That's from 2 people, actually. Said
Neely's a great
Neely, the drive-in.
Neely's still going.
God, the people that are taking tickets had to know it was happening to a certain extent.
And then the best part, if you're taking, I don't care.
Yeah.
He's like going, hey, hang on, open your trunk. Now, if they have enough guts to get in the trunk for a while, let's just let them in.
Yeah.
Let's let them do it.
It was at the southeast corner of 48th and Vines. That's where U-Haul's at now.
Okay.
It's where the U-Haul was at, apparently.
Nice. God, there's enough space over there, apparently.
Oh, it says actually it was east of U-Haul where those apartments are, the Lionsgate apartments. It was just, just east of 48th.
Okay, I got you.
Fine.
Yeah,
got
I'm
it.
with you.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Okay. Let's see.
Wow.
Cheech and Chong did a bit on this, apparently.
Did they?
Did they?
They feel the same way.
That makes sense.
Feel the same way.
That makes sense.
Haven't heard a good Cheech and Chong album for a while.
No.
I really haven't.
Went to the drive-in in McCook. Truck of the Volkswagen. Movie was Bad Mama, apparently.
Bad Mama.
Bad Mama.
I don't know that one.
I never even heard of
That's
it.
from Dan, 64-year-old Dan.
Thank you, Dan.
Who went to the McCook drive-in in the trunk, basically. Did it all the time at the drive-in in Albion. That's Eric and Hickman. Albion.
Albion.
God, those drive-in theaters, you don't see them very often. In Columbus, the one they had in Columbus was kind of in town. It wasn't on the outskirts.
Yeah.
It was in town. It was cool. It was neat.
Talk about better times. That's better times.
Oh God!
And the microphones attached to the you unhooked. You could put it. It was big to get in the back of a pickup.
Okay,
that was big.
We have a great question here.
Okay,
which
I'll
you
try
need
to answer.
This needs you guys can both do this. Okay, how'd the money break down? If you're in the trunk, you don't pay, or all friends pay an even
There's
amount
a pot.
here?
I remember it being a pot.
What's that?
There's a pot.
I remember it now. Just the opposite.
Really?
Was that it's like okay?
If you get in, you don't have to pay.
No, if you have the guts to get in, that's on you. You did it.
I remember
you did a pot, did you?
Yeah,
could
we
be
did
both
a pot.
ways then.
Yeah.
And in Pender, it was like, if you got in, you get it. That's all on you. That's a good move.
There was just a group saving in our, and I've done it. And now that I think about it, I definitely did it at the Columbus Drive-In Theater. Yes.
Last one, Mark in Cook says we had a 70 Bonneville. You could fit 6 people in the trunk
I
of
can
that.
see the
Bonnie.
trunk. I can. Bonneville would be. I can see the trunk.
Oh,
I can see it now.
yeah.
I can see it. And the best part about these are back in the days. Remember when you had 2 keys?
Yeah.
The square key started the car. The round key opened the trunk. You had 2 keys. There's no fob popping it up there. There was 2 keys. There was 2 keys, and you had the round one. Yeah.
Better times.
Oh yeah.
The fob is
You had an ashtray.
Yeah, the ashtray.
His ashtrays in the car.
What do you got?
Better times.
You had a lighter. You press the lighter, and it heated up to a red glow. And you pull it out.
Ben, there were ashtrays and lighters in
their
cars.
Yes,
Better
Better
times.
times.
Yeah.
Was not.
I don't even know if there were seatbelts, by the way.
No, you thought nothing of it too, like that.
Don't look at me like that, Ben.
I've ridden in a car. I've ridden in a car over 4,000 times where several people were in the car smoking. In the car smoking.
Or
multiple people smoking in the car, whipping down the highway. Windows up.
100.
Windows up, people smoking, using the ashtrays.
And we call that
Better
times.
Way better times.
Better times. Thursday, Sip, is cool parenting tips for Bill.
Okay.
Well, this
Lock in.
hand to God. I picked this out yesterday, and then we had a visitor yesterday too, but we'll hit on it a little bit later. But I had this picked out yesterday. Cool parenting tips, and it's I guess it's just knowledge, respect, everything to it. Everyone here teaches their kids great things, but the one thing that stands out to me, because I'm infatuated with it, is treasure the trash. Treasure the trash. And you commented earlier, I have an infatuation and respect for the trash man.
Oh, that's why you said to shut up.
Told
me to shut up.
Oh, he did, yeah. He did.
Well, did I say shut up?
He-
I don't think I said shut up.
Maybe
I
not
don't
shut
say-
up. Maybe it wasn't that
But
long.
I have, so I saw him yesterday. There, I met Jake here earlier, about 5:20 out here.
Yes.
And they were just picking up things, and I am so enamored with the work ethic and what goes on with the guys that pick up garbage. And sometimes it's viewed not great, and that is completely wrong.
That's garbage.
That's garbage, because the work that they do and the work that gets done, and talk about weather, they're out there 50 below, riding on the back of a truck. Riding on the back of a truck.
God bless them.
Bless them. 100 degrees outside, where they at? Riding on the back of a truck.
That's
How about
still,
when it's raining?
That's still super cool,
Still
by the
super
way.
cool. And how they one-handed
Right.
that baby,
Yep.
and they're leaning out
Still
and stuff,
see it.
and watch him whip out. And they
Probably
throw it in.
illegal. I mean, it's...
Probably is. Probably
for
is. But
years.
God, I
but they
love
get
them.
a pass.
They get
And
a pass.
They should.
They're some of the coolest people in the world. When I walk Sugar, they'll stop, and they all know her. They come over and they pet Sugar. A couple times I've had a bag full of poop. Like, hey, whip it in here. You're fine. They don't care.
No kidding.
Yeah, no, they're awesome.
No kidding.
They stop and talk to you. They're like, hey, they wave to you. Oh, there was a time when I was in college. I knew a man that ran a refuse. Is that right? Business. Is that
refuse,
correct?
I think so.
I think that's right. And
Refuse.
I kind of go, this would be a good job. Work, it's early morning.
5
work,
to noon.
5 to noon. So that early job. He goes, you want no part of this. You have no idea how hard this is. You want no part of this. That's the difficulty of what's going on with it. But I have respect for every city worker and all the different things. But my respect for the trash man.
I couldn't agree more.
And when I see them, when they pull up, I go out and talk to them. Now that I have a hard time we have recycling. I talk to them more than I do the other guys, because when they come they're there like at 5 a.m. at our house.
Mm-hmm.
And so they whip by and stuff.
Did you hear that?
You
know, you
and
hear it. They're there.
Yeah,
They're there.
and then they crush it.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a cool sound.
Oh, I tell you what.
is.
The crushing is amazing.
It's a cool sound. And like you said, Steve, when you see him riding on the back of that bad boy,
Sweet.
it's so sweet.
Sweet.
And they roll.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not kind of like going, I don't know, should we get the trash can? Watch them go.
Jump. They jump off.
They jump
Bam.
off. They jump off.
Because
and
they got to
back
move
in.
fast.
My respect for them is high. Teach your kids that.
That's-
And stop and talk to them when you get a chance.
Yeah, I don't do that. That's a good idea. Thank you for that.
We had a visitor. Jason was a refuse worker. Yeah.
And so when he came in yesterday, as I said, hand to God, I had this selected already. But we talked to him yesterday when Jason came in and talked to him.
Jason.
Yes.
Yeah, and he had that funky cards.
The little card.
cards like that. He came in to say he liked the show.
That's all he wanted to do.
Jason was a great
He's
dude.
get a smoothie.
You know
want to say he liked the show.
You know what he was? He was a spirit animal.
He was.
Did he change our spirit?
Yes.
We're just standing there. Also, he comes and goes, hey, so let you guys know I love the show. Who are you? I'm just Jason.
I was struck by him, too.
Yeah.
It was amazing. They did send you off
It did.
on your day in a good
Anything from
note.
the text line, Jake?
From the text line, 402-464-5685. Jason in Ravenna says, 28 years of picking up trash. Thank you, Bill.
Oh, God.
Ravenna.
28
Weighing
years.
in from Ravenna.
I would like to see some guys drive by and honk at us. Maybe tomorrow.
Did you know some twins, one named Cheryl? All right, keep going.
All right, keep going. Get out of Ravenna.
Sanderson says, I hauled garbage for the city of Fairbury back in the day. Winters are awful. Dumpsters are frozen to the ground, and snow is not cleared when the garbage man goes out.
Yeah, that's real work.
Hard work.
Yeah. Oh,
Real work.
I praise him. I
do
praise him.
East Lincoln West says, our garbage guys are the best. Always love talking to them when they come by.
Yeah, I always make sure too that I have all my stuff. If I have something outside that they're going to pick up, it's bundled up right and stuff. Don't be a clown to them. Just throw stuff out there. Hey, they'll pick it up.
Yeah.
No,
don't do that.
have your stuff organized when they come to pick it up.
Good for
Yeah.
you. You know, that's a profession that hasn't changed since we were kids. It's
No.
the same thing.
When with trash being picked up,
Mm-hmm.
30, 40 years ago, it looks the same way.
Trucks kind of the
Trucks
same.
like that.
Dudes
Trucks,
riding on the back.
when you see a truck, it doesn't look like, well, that you should have seen a truck when I was a kid. Nope, looks about the same.
Pretty much the same.
Pretty much the
No
same.
reason to change. It's
Pretty much
good
the
the
same.
way it is.
God, better
Someone
times.
says I set out an ice cold case a case of Gatorade for the garbage man every time.
Wow.
Ice cold case of Gatorade.
That's
for the
a
garbage man.
beyond, going up above and beyond. Good
God,
job.
that is nice. Thank you.
Jesse in Milford says I talk with the trash guy almost every time they're out there.
Yeah, they're fun. They're great
They're
guys.
good.
They're
He
fun
says
to talk to.
He says they are good dudes.
Yeah,
Trash
Hard
guys.
workers.
yeah.
Cough Dog from Northeast Lincoln says once a month I greet them with Gatorade and donuts. Better times.
Better times. God, it is.
This is an example, though, that the better times have lasted.
It is.
Yeah.
It hasn't changed
It hasn't
that
changed. No, it hasn't.
much. God
No.
bless
And
it.
you always left money for them too, like at Christmas time. They got to do it. Then.
I've never done that. I
Yeah.
should be more
Yeah.
mindful. I should be more mindful.
Jake was laughing about something.
No, yeah, this goes back to Bill as the senator here for a second. Someone says Bill would have the president whipping fat out the window in no time.
In no time. Absolutely. Just whip out the window.
Come on, Prez.
I'm totally okay with that.
I would. Well,
Wonder who the president would be.
oh, who would it be? Just so you guys know, I have spent time in the Oval Office.
Yes,
with
you
Trump.
have.
I have spent
When
time.
who was president?
Trump.
Oh boy.
Yes, I was there with
Okay.
him. So if I get called to the Oval Office, I know my way around.
And it could be Trump again.
Could be Trump again.
Yeah.
Hey, Bill, good to see you again.
Yeah, it might be a good to see ya.
Good to see
Remind
ya.
us the guy that had the cell phone at the office. Hey, babe,
Bags.
guess where I'm at?
That's
Hey, baby,
bags.
guess where I'm at?
Hey, baby,
That's one of the
not
best-
gonna be where I'm at.
That's the best thing ever.
I wish I could
Hey,
see it.
baby, guess
Where I'm at. On a flip phone. Got tackled by 6 Secret Service agents.
I need to see the footage of this. I can see it in my head, but I want to see the actual thing. Hey, babe, guess where I'm at?
Oh, God.
in the Oval Office.
And how old is this guy?
78. 78 years old.
Hey, baby. That's awesome.
Better
you could see
times.
He got tackled.
Better time.
Much better.
In the Oval Office.
That's
I was
amazing.
standing no more than 6 feet from the President of the United States when it happened.
That's amazing.
What did he say about this?
He laughed. He laughed his ass off. Yeah.
Come on, Bags.
Hey, baby.
Back to more of Bill's Thrills Rewrapped. Sponsored by Acres Equipment on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Bill, the floor is yours. Is it
And just remember with that,
Yeah.
remember that the cash pickup is going to be next Wednesday. That's for the firework plan that they had put together.
Oh.
We can make three large in 2 weeks of investments to pay for all your fireworks, and then just buzz down there and see Scooter, and then away you go. Get some $3,000 is a nice little bunch of fireworks for your kids.
It alleviates a lot of stress.
Yes, it does. It alleviates, and that's what they do at Mid Plains Advisors. Thank you for that. I thought I'd go back in time.
really?
I just thought I would get outside my comfort
change.
zone. Go outside my
Deal
comfort
change
zone.
up here.
Try to get outside my
Change
comfort
it up
zone.
sometime.
Yeah, go back in time. And Bella was involved in this thing right there. So better times. The finicky floor. How to deal with the finicky floor. Back in the day, how you had to ask someone to dance.
Oh, yeah.
We had this conversation
Yes.
yesterday. How
Off
we
air.
asked off air. I looked. They were playing Grand Funk Railroad. And I looked over, and Bella and Ben were both dancing. The kind of shoulders movement, kind of like that. So we started talking about dancing. I said, "Yeah, we talked about back in the day when you had to, you had to ask someone to at the dance or at a bar, or whatever. You had to ask someone to dance." And they're like, they'd never heard of that. They had never heard that even happened. You because now you just how do you dance? You just go out and dance.
Mm-hmm.
We lived in a time still. You go back to our parents and that. It's like you had to ask someone to dance.
I would still do
how-
that.
that's-
That'd be embarrassing.
Yes, but now there's no such thing anymore. Doesn't even exist anymore. There's no much. Hey, you want to dance? No.
You just go do it.
And I talked about some of the techniques. I always did. You have to make the long walk across the floor sometimes, and your friends are like, "Watch this. He's going for it. Let's see what happens." To some strange girl asking her to dance. I always did the flyby. I kind of cruise by walk. I kind of give him a look like that and kind of, let's go, you and me, boom. And then when she give me the old no head shake, just keep walking. You just make one big round turn. You just keep right
genius.
on. Just keep right on walking.
wish I would have thought of
like
that.
nothing happened.
That's
Like
genius.
that. And then The worst spot. You never want to do that. You don't want to be like, hey, do you want to dance? No. Come on, man. Dance. No. You got to. No.
Have some dignity.
Have some dignity. Just keep walking.
Have some dignity.
She says no. Like
you might
that.
even say something snarky to her.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't really want to.
But also the exhilaration and the thrill of like that. Hey, you want to dance? And then she says, "When I was hoping you'd ask."
Ooh. Oh yeah. Then you're like
moment
going, oh
right
yeah.
there. It's
All
a
right.
good
It's
moment.
over. Hoping you'd ask. Here we go. Let's go.
Whoa.
Yeah, and everyone, you danced with somebody on the floor. You didn't go out just randomly.
No.
There was none of that. You danced with someone.
This is way different time.
It's better times, is what it was.
I tell you, I wish I would have known that technique you had. What my only technique was, I wouldn't tell my friends I was asking somebody.
Yeah.
I just do it on my own.
on your own. Yeah.
So that way it would minimize the
the ridicule.
sort of
the ridicule. You're going to get ridiculed.
Right. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. If you don't tell them, they didn't know what was going on. Now sometimes they pick up on it, but whatever.
yeah. But that was Jake. You've never asked a girl to dance, have you?
I have asked girls to dance. Yeah.
You were in that era yet?
Yes, we
Probably
were.
at
Yes.
the end of it.
Really?
Probably the end of the era.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's all. It doesn't happen anymore, and it was better times. You go to a dance in a
It
bar.
was pressure.
It was pressure. Then
Especially if you really wanted to dance with someone.
Exactly.
Yes.
It's like, hey,
Like if you spotted someone you liked.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm like, hey, I like that. Let's go.
And then she said no.
This he said that happened a lot.
Just gotta overcome the potential rejection.
You took a lot of setbacks.
Mhm.
Took a lot of.
That's right.
I had a theory though. If a female asked me to dance,
No matter what.
100%, I'm dancing.
No matter what.
Because that was a lot for her to be able to,
Sure.
to try to make that. I'm like absolutely.
Absolutely.
God, it led to better times. It's been a lot of fun dancing.
From the
Anything on the text line?
Text line. Someone in Chad in Kyle, Texas says that actually in Texas, in the honky tonks and dance halls, you still do that. This still
Really?
exists.
Ooh.
Well,
at the
that's-
honky
Ooh,
tonks in
that's
Texas.
Well, that's true, but that's a little
That's
more
sweet.
partner dancing type
Yeah.
of thing. Yes, but I understand that.
That's nice though.
Yeah, that is nice. That's very nice.
On the YouTube, Steven says, "Want to dance? No, crushing souls over here." Yep.
Yes. Yeah,
Get
they'll
your
just-
soul
It'll
crushed.
crush you a
they'll
little
take a
bit.
shot at you. They'll take a
It's good
shot
for
at
you,
you.
though.
Good for you. Take some setbacks.
Absolutely.
Yeah, get out there and try it. Yeah, have a little bit of guts to you. Get out
On
there.
YouTube, the conservative Husker says, "Lots of memories from the small town community dances." from
Oh,
this.
yeah.
Thank you, Bill.
Absolutely. Same if you're roller skating, couple skate. You had to ask somebody.
Same thing.
Same thing. All right,
Same
here we go.
thing.
Wonder if Cindy will say yes. I'm gonna
Yeah.
buzz over there quick on some skates.
Sometimes
happens.
sometimes it worked out really well.
Yeah.
I
Sometimes it
saw
didn't.
I saw a friend once. He was so excited to ask this girl to dance that she said no. He left the dance. He just walked it. He didn't come back. He just left. He was
Aw.
so
Bye-bye.
he was so dejected when she said no.
Oh, you
he
can't
literally
get that
he
way.
just
Yeah.
left, didn't say bye, just
You're
walked
gonna
out.
have rough times. You just
Yeah.
gotta, it's
Gotta
like
power through
You
that.
got to go in knowing you're going to get
it's
rejected.
just like baseball. If you're hitting like 315, you're doing a heck
That's
of
a
a
good-
job.
that's a good percentage right
Same
there.
thing right
You're
there.
going to strike out.
You're gonna strike out. If you're getting dances out of 4 out of 10, good. That's great.
Good job.
Good job by you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good job.
Just left the dance though. I think this is like his main crush though. So it was like that's the major rejection.
Hurts.
That stinks.
Hurts.
So his soul
That's
was
a
crushed.
great
yes.
one. That's a great one.
It's all changed now. There's no. There's
just go out and
some
do
place
it.
in the honky tonks, which is great for some two step.
Just go out and do it now.
Go out and dance. Yes.
That's I wonder what the psychology.
When
of
I
that
saw
is.
Ben and Bella's face with like, I have no idea what you're talking about. They had no concept of that whatsoever.
I wonder what changed. I wonder why it evolved that way. It probably evolved that way. Don't overthink it, Steve, because of the risk, and it was tough.
Yeah.
It was
Social
difficult.
media.
Well, yeah, it was just tough.
Yeah.
I mean, it was risky. It was,
Yeah.
but there was a huge reward too.
When people are out dancing on a dance floor, there'd be maybe a couple, 2 or 3 girls that might go out together, but it was just couples. Like, that's what it was.
I don't mind
It wasn't
saying-
groups of 20.
I don't mind saying this. I had a long-term girlfriend named Marie who was at Lindsay, and I met her at a dance. And I asked her
Did
to
she go to
dance. She
Holy
was a
Family?
little cute blonde from Lindsay Holy Family. Yeah,
Okay.
and that's how we met. She said yes, and
Away you
we,
went.
Yeah, and we,
Nice job, Steve.
long time girlfriend. God bless her.
Yeah.
We have a take from Rico. His text is in.
Rico.
Yeah.
Rico.
Rico says, "I've never been rejected, but the worst has to be the look up and down and then no. The up down.
I don't know that I've
But
ever gotten that.
But he started with, I've never
I've
been
never
rejected.
been rejected. Let's make sure it's
You're
very
not
clear.
In you're not in this.
I don't believe you, by the way.
I don't believe
Rico.
that either. Yeah,
Yeah, no way.
No chance I believe you.
Rico, come
Or-
on.
Or you asked one person, Rico.
I mean,
and then-
Robert
yeah.
Redford
One
gets
for-
rejected.
You're
you
one
asked
for one.
Yeah, 1 for 1, yeah.
Think of the best-looking dude
Yeah.
you've ever seen. He
Everyone,
gets rejected.
Everyone, yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Come on.
Lies.
Yeah.
Lies. That is Bill's Thrills, sponsored by Dirk Scott and
that's
Ty
a great one.
at Mid Plains Advisors, the ATMs, the cash cows.
That's a great one.
And there's a chance.
Of Lincoln.
There's also a chance that I know it's happened to me. They might leave you. They might say yes and leave mid-dance.
Oh, that sucks.
It sucks.
Is that worse?
It could happen. It could happen.
That definitely could happen.
No, it could happen. Just, you think you won.
No,
you didn't.
no, you
just
didn't.
Get out
Yeah,
there,
not
kind of
vibrating.
start
It might be-
dancing, and all of a sudden it's just whoop.
And it
She's
might have been a
gone.
reason it didn't relate to you too. They might
You
have
don't
saw
know.
something or something,
You
a
never
friend
know.
or something.
But
The ones that crush, now it's all coming back to me. The ones that really crushed me was if there's a really good song that you love,
Yeah.
and you really wanted to dance,
Yeah, exactly.
and got turned down.
Yeah.
Now you just got to.
also, we've talked about this, I believe, on Bill's shows or on the show. If you go to the dance, what's the song say? Get your back up off the wall.
Yeah.
You got to get out there.
Yeah.
Don't go to dance and stand around.
No.
No, that's no
No.
fun. That's
No.
no fun.
No.